Now it's time to get the latest news from space as we check in on Artemis as they travel around the moon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, they have traveled around the moon. Not really, but they're getting there. They've just broken the record, which is awesome. The Artemis has just broken the record. So now they're going to break it again later on, which will be even further. But they are a few hours away from getting to that side of the moon where they're going to be able to see everything 4,100 miles away from the surface of the moon, the dark side of the moon. You know who's there? Pink Floyd. That's who's going to be there, Pink Floyd.
Without Roger Waters.
Without Roger Waters, because he's
Jews.
a nuts. Yeah, and he hates the Jews. Man, this is cool. And what do you guys have to do here, my audience? You got to go and ruin it. When somebody sends me a meme that says Christina Koch officially has become the woman furthest away from any kitchen ever.
Oh, I should have thought of that one.
Oh, my God. I can't. Don't worry. Oh, you weren't here last week when we found out that she is the one that's got to fix the old crapper.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the onboard plumber.
Oh, man.
Man, that is just awful.
Got to snake it.
Yeah. Oh, you think I don't know who's doing this. I don't know. You're the only one who has feminine napkins.
Horrid.
Who used the paper towels?
We're out of toilet paper. What? Oh, guys. NASA. Goodness me.
There was a waste dump this weekend, and she put the camera to the window so you could see all the urine floating out in space.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of little sparkles and stuff.
Look at the way it lights up. It's sparkly.
Oh.
That right there is space wee. Space wee. Away it goes. Fantastic. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. So away it went. And what's the next thing we got going on here? In the next couple hours?
Yeah, they're going to have that 40 minutes where they're not going to have any contact with ground control.
Ooh. Ground control to Major Tom.
And for anybody that doesn't know, that's a normal and regular occurrence when you go around the moon like that.
When you pretend to fly to the moon.
Every Apollo mission experienced it if they had to orbit.
Well, yeah, because they had to go and change everything out. People had to get back into the stuff and pretend like they were really doing it. This is when they take their bathroom break. It's all fake. It's all fake. Oh, my God. That is that's interesting. They're also going to do their suits today. They're going to put themselves in a position where how long is it going to take them to get into their suits if stuff goes critically wrong? How long is it going to take for them to don them, get them up, and I don't know what happens. I wonder how long it takes.
It's almost like when you're
like a fireman?
getting certified to go on a crab boat. You got to be able to put that wetsuit on super fast.
Like the firemen do, and they've got their thing, with their boots, and they just jump in their boots, pull their thing up, and away they go. So,
but those suits will only keep them alive for 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know what happens after that because there's nothing else. They didn't send a backup team.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't go there, Chad. That's
it's not like you can just all of a sudden, punch the button and turn it into a drag race to get them home.
No, because right now they're in. Now the gravity is all about the moon, so they're out of our gravity now. They're in the Lord's hand. The Lord's hand. So they're going to get close, 4,100 miles. They're going to take pictures. They've got. They're going to be writing everything down. They want them to look through the cameras and all these special stuff, but they also want to write every single thing down that they think they could see with their naked eyes as well. Which is a great band, by the way, Naked Eyes. And then they're going to see an eclipse, and they're going to be the only people that get to see this eclipse, solar eclipse. Nobody else on the planet will see it because they're not on the planet. Oh, they're on the planet. Meanwhile, Jake Tapper.
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
That was a. That was interesting. That right there is part of Trump's truth. I keep saying tweet, but he doesn't tweet. He truths this weekend, telling them to open the Straits of Hormuz. We sent them something through Pakistan, and Pakistan relayed it to them, along with apparently a couple others. They got back to us by saying no, as far as whether or not they're going to open up anything. And now are we or aren't we going to do something? Earlier today, the president.
What do you say to Americans who are not a fan of the war?
They're foolish because the war is about one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Had we not broken the Barack Hussein-Obama agreement, you know what I'm talking about, the Iran nuclear deal. This is years ago, my first term. You would have had Israel would have been gone, extinguished. Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth, and the entire Middle East would have been, at a minimum, in big trouble. But
at a minimum, in big trouble, according to him. Now, the new leader, whoever they are, if it's the son, because there was a fatwa on. They're very serious about their religion, for those of you not keeping score, and their beliefs, and they weren't efforting to get it. According to our intelligence. Our intelligence said they were not trying to get one, even though every 2 weeks they were getting closer and closer. And now with what they're doing with the Strait of Hormuz, the reality is, do they really need one? I mean, you can hold the world hostage. You and I were talking earlier. Oman wants to try to, Bell and I were talking, they want to try to do their own little, canal through a portion of Oman, the tip of it, so they can route things around. But even at that point in time, it's still going to be tough because they could blow that up at any given time.
Well, and that would take 15 years to build.
Yeah, 15 years. Plus, because every time you get close to something, they're going to bomb it, blow it up, because this is all they have, but it's the biggest card that's out there. And we're not going to, I don't know if we're going to attack their infrastructure. I would find it insane that we would do something like that, because I thought a big portion of this was to get the Iranian people on board. Right? I thought that was the whole thing, right? Remember, we're going to come out, we're going to help you, we're going to do all this kind of stuff. I thought that was kind of like, let's do this. We're going to get you guys up and running. And if you're going to try and go and kill a whole bunch of people, that is not going to, end well for everybody. It's going to become a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. And that nightmare, by the way, is going to fan out everywhere. Something else that's not talked about. Lebanon, you've got 1 million plus people that are already displaced. So where do they go? Well, they're going to be going into any place they think they can find safety. Now, if you did this here, where are they going to head? Everybody's going to try to get through wherever they can to try to get to Europe, somewhere safe. So this is potential to cause a nightmare across the board for all of us. But I don't think he is going to. I don't foresee him going, hey, let's bomb their infrastructure. It's one thing to hit a bridge, but a desalination, because if you guys don't know anything, Tehran right now, there is very little water there. So for them to hit the desalination plants, for them to hit several others, that's going to cause the Iranians to go, okay, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hit the desalination in Saudi Arabia. And if they destroy that, Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Middle East would have about 2 weeks-ish of water, which is not, then you're talking about making something that is going to become a humanitarian crisis. So I think that's last resort. I do. I would like to think tonight he goes, we won, I declare victory, and we're going to leave. We're going to leave. Praise Allah, because that's what he said over the weekend. And he said,
Open the strait, you crazy bastard.
He did. Said that. He said that. Right there. And what he should have really said is,
revamp our Stoke.
Which one sounds better?
That's really what this is all about.
Revamping they stole our Stoke. We need it back.
It's not regime change. It ain't news. It's revamping our Stoke.
Man, I'm telling you guys, revamp our Stoke.
Revamp our Stoke.
Guy's so awesome. Let's see if Bondi's got it right. Is it over 50,000? Man, Ken wasn't here for Bondi being fired.
Nope. I was catching that fish.
How long did it take you to get that fish in?
Only a couple of minutes. And that's just because the drag wasn't set right on the
On the
reel.
Zebco?
Yeah, so I had to set the drag, and then I was able to get her in.
Get her in. Man,
Big old fat lady, boy, full of eggs.
Full of it. What'd you do with her?
I released her.
Oh, fantastic. We're not going to do that with our big tuna.
No, we're going to sell it.
Yeah.
We're going to release it to the Japanese after a big fat check.
Yeah, no doubt. Big check. Actually, we would like it in petty cash.
10s and 20s, if you wouldn't mind.
Because when we get home, we want to look at everyone and go, guess what we did, guys?
Revamp our Stoke.
We did, right there. We revamp our Stoke. I want to catch a fish. We need to catch a fish where they got to strap us into one of those chairs, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Deep sea fishing.
Big time.
Captain Quint chair.
Yeah, like,
Hoopa!
oh, it's not a smart fish. It's a stupid fish. Yeah, you're not very smart, are you? So, yeah, you weren't here, man. You missed all the good stuff. I won last week, by the way.
Oh, you won the big one-hit wonder wrestling belt?
Yep, we did.
Way to go, boys.
Yeah, so.
Way to go, Brother Chad.
We let.
You beat Brother Bilal?
Yeah.
Man.
I had, what the hell did I have?
See, that's how bad it was. It's crap. Oh, you did. You know what? You had a good one that would have won on any other week, which was Ferguson. Turd Ferguson, Thunder Island.
Oh, yeah. Thunder Island. And what did you have?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Why haven't I thought of that song?
I've already got mine picked out for this week.
I've already got mine done too.
I got to do mine.
So, in fact, mine right now is one of the hottest songs in the world. Boom.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Oh, baby, it is. It is one of the hottest. And I'll tell you what, guys, when you guys hear it, you know what's going to happen?
Revamp our Stoke.
Absolutely. You know what's not going to happen?
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
Never going to happen that way. Oh, goodness.
I just love the fact that he's not afraid to cuss. Because every other politician that you've ever seen in your lifetime has been so mealy-mouthed about the way they express things. And I just love when he's like, look, do it or I'm going to bomb your ass.
On Easter.
Yeah, on Easter, though. It was the Easter thing I think that people had a little problems with. I'm like, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is a real, truth.
Well, he's clearly converted to Islam, so I don't think he's too worried about Easter.
Yeah. Right. What did he say? He said, praise
be
be Allah.
Allah.
Praise be Allah. Praise be Allah.
Open
And
the straight, you crazy bastard.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
Why did he say praise be to Allah?
And then at the end, he's all, praise be Allah. You're like, really? He's like, assalamu alaikum. I don't know how to sell it and say it, but congratulations.
Maybe it was a message to the Iranian people. Maybe that's why.
Sure. If it makes you feel better, Ken, you're right. It was totally a message to those people. Oh, and I'm going to blow you up because otherwise, if you guys don't do what I say, and of course, the most important thing is
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
otherwise we can't,
Revamp our Stoke.
and we need it.
Jake Tapper loved reading that.
Yeah.
Oh, he
knew
absolutely did.
He knew they were going to fix it.
Oh, well, they don't because they're not network television.
Oh, that's
So
right.
they're not controlled by the
it's-
FCC, so they say what they
we're
want.
fixing it. He
Yeah.
read it verbatim.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man, Jake Tapper, he loved that.
of course he did.
I get to read this. I get to read it.
And I saw several people who never cuss. They all who are all like the YouTuber, and they all did the same. Like, I'm going to read it verbatim. Verbatim.
This is me quoting the president now.
This is it. I'm just going to read it verbatim. It's the way it's going to go. So they did that thing, and away they went. All right, coming up, a lot of good stuff this hour. We're talking a little bit about the Andy Ogle stuff that I didn't get to last week when I wanted to, but it was Easter weekend. We were having a lot of fun. Some of his disdain he has, and some of that stuff he says about immigrants, getting rid of them all. How much money have they cost America, or have they helped America? What?
Is he wanting to get rid of the people that have moved here that are Islamic, or does he want to get rid of
Everybody.
people?
I think he wants to get rid of everybody.
So he's got to get rid of Trump.
Oh, that's right.
The hell's
Because
he
Trump
thinking?
converted over the weekend. Trump converted. He did. I forgot. That's why he said, praise be Allah. So there you go, kids. You better watch out. It's all happening, and it's happening fast. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. This is Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Sports program brought to you by NCA. National Certified Alarm. No long-term contracts. License number 645. We have fun with the news. People are like, why can't you guys be more serious? There's enough seriousness, okay? Out there? There is. We got enough seriousness. Although some people said we can't revamp our Stoke too fast because that'll push the Dow to 60,000.
I'd just be happy if we could get it back to 50 because life was so good then.
Life was good. Life was good. Very good. Revamping our Stoke. I don't know who you people think you are.
What was it? Revamping our Stoke?
Yeah. Because remember, we have to every once in a while.
Revamp our Stoke.
Revamp our Stoke.
Well, if we could get the Dow to 50,000, I think we would revamp our Stoke.
Wonder what she's going to do next. What a weird group gave her a job, Pam
Didn't he
Bondi.
reassign her or something?
Well, he tried to, but then she went somewhere else. She's going to go to the private sector. You do worry.
That's I don't think that's a smart move on her part because, I've worked in the private sector. They expect results.
They do. They do expect results. They'll expect you to do something. Like,
I've worked in the private sector. They expect results.
She's going to be handing out binders to people for just regular stuff, and then I'll take those back. Oh, my Lord.
Phase 15.
Forget everything we told you. It's not going away, by the way. It is not going away. So it's not going away. That whole Epstein stuff is still dangling out there. And people are asking questions again. What did you expect? It was never going to go away. No matter how many times we go to the moon or get by the moon, or for some of you, never go to the moon, no matter how much this goes on, unless some chaotic goes on in Iran any more than it already is, eventually things will calm down, we'll come back, and they'll ask the question, you guys going to do anything else with this? And they still want her to testify. Because she's supposed to testify, I think, in 10 days?
Something like that.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting to see if she does. I think they thought, well, she's not there anymore, so why should she doesn't know anything? Yeah, she knows enough. She knows enough. So Trump giving his, it looks like he's doing a Q&A. He looks better than he did the other night. I will say, was it Wednesday night when he did his speech? Man, he looked tired. He looked very just beat, probably frustrated as hell. Doesn't want to be in this thing in Iran. Who wants to be in this thing? Honestly. I mean, there's no win here for us. There isn't. Do I think they're going to come out tomorrow waving the white flag? No. Because the people who have the guns are still the people that were in charge before.
And they don't care.
And they don't care. Because the way they look at it is either if we give up, the people are going to try to kill us, or you're going to try to kill us. So the only way that we can survive is by fighting and staying in power for as long as possible and hoping that we make your life so miserable financially that you decide, okay, this is unsustainable and we're going to have to try something else. And that's what they're, I mean, go look at Japan right now. Go look at the, just not just the Euros, but in Asia across the board. This stuff is starting to mount up. They're talking about already, they're close to being out of jet fuel. Europe, probably another week to 10 days, they're going to be out of jet fuel. And the cost of jet fuel is through the roof. So even having jet fuel, the cost of flying now is going to be, it's insane. It's not going to be worth it. As you say, might as well travel private. But that won't be worth it either.
Oh, I got to admit, that's just me being a little arrogant because I can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bell says to me as the show the second hour starts, he goes, God, could you imagine having a job where you had to put on a tie every day, even Saturday and Sunday? Much that would suck.
It'd be the worst.
It would be. That'd be pretty awful.
We should do that one day and just freak everybody out.
We should all dress up one day. That would be good.
That would weird everybody out.
But you know what? We're only going to dress up top up. We'll still wear our shorts.
jeans.
That's who we are. That's what we're about. We're not that crazy, okay? All right, coming up, got some Andy Ogle stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that. bunch of other good stuff going on out there because there is some good stuff happening. Got the Final Four down to the Final Two tonight. Man, Arizona got smashed. Slap, 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 slap.
Who's favored tonight?
I would say Michigan.
Okay.
I would say Michigan. But UConn's, 3 of the last 4?
Something like that.
Man, that's tough, man. When you got to look.
Could be a really good game then.
It should be. It should be. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Bunch of other good stuff on the way. If you missed the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Happy Easter Monday. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. The Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling present the Spring Breathe Easy package. Designed to help homeowners clear out dust, allergens, pet dander. Oh, my God. You know, you start sneezing, you feel it, right? So this powerful package includes AC tune-up plus professional indoor air quality check to make sure your air that you're breathing for your family is pure, is healthy, is clean. You're also going to receive a duct inspection and premium air duct cleaning, removing the buildup and that nastiness that's deep inside your systems. Plus, that's not all. Now, check this out. Busy Bee also installs whole home germicidal system to help reduce airborne contaminants with premium service. You're also going to get bonus unit fog deodorizer, leaving your system fresh and clean, just like spring itself. So what are you going to do? So it's $11.99 on 1.5 or 3-ton systems, regularly $1,800, saving big, or $15.99 for the 3.5 to 5-ton units, regularly $2,100. Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, or visit them online at busybeehvac.com today. No. Bell says to me, could you imagine being that airman that they picked up and they're like, hey, they said it was your fault and you're going to have to pay this out of your check for that.
No, I said.
For the F-35.
I said they pick him up. He's like so grateful. It's like, I'm so glad you guys saved me. Thank you so much. And one of them leans down and goes, you're paying for that plane.
Yeah, that's out of your check. All right. How much? $82.5 million. Give or take. I know which one they were flying, but right around there. We're going to give you you know what? We're going to save you because we got a little insurance.
It was an F-15E.
So was it E?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Hold on here. It gets worse for him. What do you think it cost?
$200? Because it's stealth, right?
It's supposed to be. Obviously, it wasn't a stealth. $100 million.
Oh, it's only 50% off.
Yeah.
What's $100 million between friends?
Yeah. So he'll be fine. You know what? We're going to cut you. We're cutting you a deal. So be prepared. We're going to give you cost. Plus 10% for a restocking fee.
And to help you afford it, we're going to promote you to a 1-star.
You're going to be a 12-star. Otherwise, we're never going to get our money back. Oh, Lord. His name is Andy Ogles. You guys might recognize his dulcet tones.
You've got to deport, you've got to prosecute, you've got to denaturalize. Right now, 65% of individuals coming into this country, where do they end up? On welfare.
Crime, welfare, that's what he says. Is that true? It's the Cato Institute. They've done a deep dive into this. They think it's not as true as you think. In fact, they call it baloney.
It's just totally backwards. The entire narrative couldn't be more wrong. If you actually look at the crime numbers, every data source that we have, every single one that we've looked at shows the same story about immigrants and crime. They reduced the crime rate in the United States. Yes, there are more crimes committed when the population is larger, but if the crime rate is lower, then your likelihood of being a victim of a crime goes down.
How much so? So it's about 1,000 per natural born. Undocumented, it's about 700. And people that are here legally, they say it's about 350-ish, give or take. That is crime per 100,000. People that are arrested, that kind of stuff. Well, no, that can't be. Again, this for Andy is about, he's pushing hardcore an agenda that, and I said last week, the stuff he says, and we've seen it, it is, first of all, his fawning over Trump all the time, which is insane. Secondly, yeah, there's a, they're not saying totally whites only, but he's got a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
The immigrants we have today and the recently arrived immigrants are the most productive immigrants we've ever had in America. It's basically the opposite of the story that's being told about them. They're not taking jobs. They're creating better jobs. And you can see this everywhere in the economy.
Some of you are like, there's no way that could happen. First of all, if you don't believe it can happen, or you don't believe that's true, then, if facts and data mean nothing, then it doesn't pertain to you. Because so much of what happens is we live in a world now where facts only matter if they work on my stuff. If they don't work on my stuff, then I don't want to know. Then I'm just going to go away and just put my head down and continue to think what I think. Do immigrants create a lot of jobs? Of course they do. Yeah. By the way, you guys all know this. We bring in about 1 million people a year legally into this country, which is awesome. And they love America. They come here and they want to create jobs. They see America as that thing that we always talk about, that shining light on the hill. There's no doubt about that.
So again, you're advocating for the policy that kept the Jews in Europe to be killed, that excluded non-white immigration overwhelmingly.
Go back to Hart-Celler, back to the 1960s. Let's abolish it and, quite frankly, deport them all.
So he wants to get rid of Hart-Celler, which is back in the day. So you go back, it was 1965. It was an Immigration and Nationality Act where you couldn't have quotas. Like, there's 3 black people, so now I'm going to let 100 whites. He wants to get rid of it. So no preferential treatment. He wants preferential treatment, abolish the national origins quota, and things of that nature. And that's what I said. A lot of this, again, is for a specific group. He's also got a group that has, I think it's the Providence, I'm trying to think this is what they're called, a group that has given him an A+ on immigration. And they're hardcore white nationalists. And he proudly puts their ratings up there. And I'm like, really?
Maybe he just doesn't care if you're not totally on board with a white-only America or a Christian-only America. But most people in America don't agree with him on this.
He wants his country back. His country's still here. His country is still here. And again, some of it is theatrical. We recognize that. But a lot of other stuff is not as theatrical. I think it's the way that he feels. And some people say, well, he says what he says because, it's good for press and this, that, and the other. At what point in time do we tell people you can't be celebrities anymore? You can't just say stuff willy-nilly. When do we start holding their feet to the fire? And I'll get a ton of texts right now for people who go, I don't know if that's true about those numbers and stuff. But I do know that I'm not a big fan of Andy. But they create jobs. Small business, 1 out of every 7 Americans in the private sector is created by immigrants. What? Yeah. 25% of all new employer business in the U.S. are launched by immigrants. In some states like New Jersey, it's almost 40%. Large-scale employment. 46.2% of Fortune 500 companies were founded by immigrants or their children. Collectively, 15.4 million people worldwide generate trillions and trillions of dollars. Yeah. And the other thing is they pay taxes. Even the ones that are here illegally, which has helped prop up our debt, which is massive. It would be a lot bigger. It's not as simple as throw everybody out of here. There's a lot more to it than this. But when you flirt around with, I want everybody to look like me, that's a scary thing. I don't think anybody should be a fan of that. I don't think anybody should be. Maybe you guys are fine with that. No. So we're going to see what happens in the future. But we've got a lot of people out there that have been saying some stuff, and it should make you feel uncomfortable, right? And the way that they use religion also, again, should make you feel a little uncomfortable. Just a smidge, I would hope. So those stats are from the left on criminal immigration. So that's from the Cato Institute. You go to the Heritage Foundation. they also will come up with the exact same thing. You can't. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to pick and choose certain things. You don't want it to be true because you've listened to somebody for years tell you Iran's got 2 weeks to get a bomb. I'm 50 years old, and since I was a kid, Iran has had 2 weeks to get a bomb. They had 2 weeks to get a bomb last year. Then we blew up and destroyed everything. Now they've rebuilt. You're being told things. We all get told things. And if you step back and say, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what really is going on. Right? Are we getting the absolute truth from our leaders? I would say no. I don't think we do. We get what they want us to hear. Both sides do it. They tell their side of the story. Whatever that side is, that they want you to hear. And they're going to pick and choose. And everybody does it. And so you have to go deep inside the numbers. And in today's world, because everybody has an agenda, it becomes harder and harder to get to the bottom. Ken and I talk about this all the time. If you want to know the truth about something, you better be prepared to do a ton of research. And people ask me why I get up so early. Well, I'm starting to wonder why I get up so early. But it's because I want to know. And so if I'm going to talk about whether it is something local, I want to figure out all the stuff I can about it rather than just, fly off and go. If I want to talk about, say, mail-in ballots or people voting illegally, I want to do a deep dive. I want to find out what the reality is. Because you should want to know. But if you're not willing to accept some of these things, then it doesn't matter. And yeah, both sides will lie to your face on a daily basis. Absolutely. Because it's in their best interest. And I've always gone back, they use fear because fear is the easiest thing to use. Man, it's so easy to use. If I can scare you, I could sit there and go, I could reason with you, tell you all of these things and paint a picture for you, or screw it, I'll just scare you. It's easier. It's easier. It is. So, and so I think we take a step back and go, what's the real, and do you want to know the truth? That's the other side of it. How many of you really want to know, or are you just not going to accept? Because if you're not going to accept, then, don't waste your time, right? Talking to people. Because I see it all the time because I deal with this stuff on another level where I have to deal with people all over, and I'll go on other shows and stuff, and we'll debate about all kinds of things. And, everybody's got this is what I think. Great. Let's do the facts. Let's do the data. Data over dogma. There's a guy named Dan McClellan. He's a Bible scholar. I love what he says, that data over dogma. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. And sometimes the data tries to be good, but it's not full. We get that. It's not always going to be perfect. You could search and you could do as much as you can. Sometimes you're not given the data that's all there. You get 70% of the data. It's like when they do the jobs, right? So last week, jobs numbers were great. That's fantastic. What happens in a month from now? They'll revise those job numbers. They'll either they'll go down because they never go up. It would be great if they did. And then they'll figure out exactly what it is. Why? Because the data we get is only a certain amount of data. So they're guesstimating across. It's a horrible way that we do this. They're guesstimating over a certain time period of how many jobs were created. So you can only do so much. But you've also got to be willing to go, oh, wow, I was wrong on that. I didn't know that. That sucks. My bad. And that's the thing. People don't want to know that because we live in a tribal world and everybody has this thing where they're terrified to piss the tribe off, to say something that'll go against Trump or that'll go against the wackadoos out there with the purple hair. Everybody puts themselves in a position where they're in a tribe and it's more about the tribe, not about the truth. And we need more truth. I like truth. Truth is good. I like the data over the dogma. And if the data says this is this, now you go, well, do I want it? If that's true, then should we kick everybody out of here? Maybe not everybody. Should we figure out how to get rid of the bad ones? Absolutely. How we can take the people that came here and have been here for a while and maybe figure out what we're going to do with them in a way that's different, that benefits America as well, especially considering we're not producing children, which is another data thing that we should pay attention to. All right, coming up. Basketball tonight. I'm not going to win. Man, I had it all. I got UConn. I had Arizona. I'm like, UConn's going to win. Arizona. I got up to like the 150,000 on ESPN. I was doing great. And Arizona got smacked. Absolutely boat raced. Tell you why they aren't going to win UConn tonight. Tell you why Michigan is going to win, among other things. Straight ahead, Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. You guys are going to want to hear this. Earlier today, it was the egg roll at the White House. Trump sitting down with some of the kids, having a very deep conversation to one of the kids about Biden and the auto pen.
Biden would use the auto pen. He'd have an auto pen follower. Joe Biden. He didn't sign. He was incapable of signing his hand. So they'd follow him around with this big machine. You know what it was called? An auto pen. And he'd have the auto pen signed for him. He'd take the paper, hand it to his guys, sign it with an auto pen, give it back. It's not too good, right?
I wonder how old the kid was.
Oh, I'm looking at him. He can't be more than, Charlie's age. It's an auto pen. He was signing it. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. It was because he didn't know his name. That's why he did. The kid's just trying to color the egg. That's all he wants to do. Just want to color the egg. That's it, sir. And he's sitting there, I think it's great. What do you think we should do with Iran? Should I blow him up?
Yeah, I want to see a big boom.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. So last night, UCLA boat raced South Carolina. Boat raced them. And the handsome women from UCLA won. That's the women's side. The men's game is tonight, and a couple people now have said, do not jinx Michigan. So apparently I'm supposed to talk good about UConn.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Michiganders right here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, so I will. Let me tell you something about UConn. 3 of the last 4, they've been there. They know how to do it. They're a strong team. What they're going to do is they're going to try to slow the game down. They're going to make this a game of keep it close. They're never going to run away with it. Michigan's big and strong, but they know how to win, and they got a coach that knows how to win. Am I doing okay, guys? You guys feeling better about this? I'm picking UConn on this one. That way, maybe you guys feel better about it.
UConn doesn't have a chance.
No way. No way. A Wolverine would absolutely destroy a Husky.
Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to do the reverse.
Yes, we're supposed to.
Michigan doesn't have a chance tonight.
No way. No chance. Because the Husky would absolutely. By the way, Pauley Market, 74% Michigan.
I think Michigan has 2 players over 7 foot tall, don't they?
Yeah, that's tall.
Yeah, but they're no good.
That is tall.
They're just tall. They're no good.
Absolutely, they're not. They don't even know how to play. They don't even. Every time they go to shoot, it's like watching Potsy when he played basketball in half He throws it right over the backboard because he's so strong. Potsy's so strong.
That'd be great if Michigan came out in really short shorts like they did.
Oh, like back in the day.
70s.
All Jeff Hornacek and that. Was his name Stockton? Stockton wore them short shorts. Oh, man. So so we don't think Michigan has any chance of winning tonight. They think they're going to get boat raced. You're welcome. All right. Watch UConn go out tonight. Just play the game of their life.
I'm going for the Big Blue.
The Big Blue. He picked it, not me. I mean, my money may or may not be on the Big Blue. Just letting you guys know. All right. Oh, my Lord. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. If you miss any of the show, we say shame. Grab the podcast. We've got stuff that's happening in space that's awesome. Could we bomb Iran? That is also a possibility. A bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.